going on, you fiddlers? Nick Daniels here, coming at you live, man, yet again. And today, man, we're just having a quick brewski here. We're having a quick break and dealing with the fiddlers here in the, I don't know, what is it, Grand Parade or whatever here. So, anyway, I'm going to deal with that real quick. So, anyway, apologies if you can't hear me at certain times here. We're just on the iPhone, just chilling, and there's traffic right behind me. So I was at a get-together last night. They were doing some board games, and there's a guy there, and he's telling me about this dating experience he had recently. And I thought it was really, really interesting because it's brought up it's been a topic up on the channel a couple times, but not like specifically what this gentleman had talked about. But he was telling me that basically he has been talking to someone. I don't know really all the details here. It's insignificant. And basically, he gets a text from this person, from this woman, and just kind of out of the blue. And it's going, hey, do you want to do something? Like, what do what's going on? And but he's like, yeah, sure. Like, what do you got in mind, So, I mean, so far so good, in my opinion. I think that's a pretty normal, a pretty standard response to when anyone would ask you what to do, whether they're someone you're trying to date or not. And apparently they went on for about 3 hours of just constantly asking each other back and forth. And Buddy just kind of gave up. He just couldn't understand. Apparently the final text from the girl was like when, where, and something else, and time or something like that. I don't even know what it was. But it was just 3 words. It was like what, when, and where kind of thing. And Buddy just read that and got right pissed off because he was like, 3 hours ago I asked you what you had in mind. And apparently she never even like offered ideas. It was just kind of like, he just kind of had to deal with it and try to figure it out. And I mean, there's a certain extent, like I always say, like apparently he even like threw out some ideas. Like he's like, hey, like, what about a walk or something? And she just kind of wasn't sure. One thing I found really quickly is you really got to take control sometimes of situations, and you really just got to lay down the law and just say what we're going to do. Whether like you even really want to do that or not, you just say that's what I'm going to go do. So if like, if someone wants to get on board with that, they can. But don't ever sit there and like just constantly keep asking them like, hey, well, what do you got in mind? And if they're like, well, I don't know, what are you thinking? Well, then just fucking lay it down. Just be like, hey, okay, well, how about this? And if they're like, no, okay, well then yeah, take it easy. I totally commend him for actually just putting his phone away and giving up and just being like, I'm not going to waste any more time with this. But definitely when you throw the ball back in someone's court and you say that kind of thing, I think it's really funny because it just shows like, sadly, I think it's true that there's definitely a good amount of women anyway that just don't necessarily have that planning ability. They just kind of want somebody just to tell them what's going on, and they'll just roll with it like they're perfectly fine. And a lot of guys are like that too. It's like, hey, just tell me what we're doing and I'm in. But if nobody tells them what they're doing, then you're just going to sit there and have that conversation for like an hour or so. I don't know. I just thought it was interesting, and I wanted to make a really quick video about it. So let me know what you guys think. You know where to tell me. Peace.